Welcome in to the Brookes Bench with your host, Brooke, aka Shiggy, and my co-host, Brooke.
What's up, y'all? Sorry, listen, this is 27, okay? I just got home. It's literally, what time is it?
8:30.
It's 27. I just got home. I'm eating dinner, okay? So you're going to have to deal with this for the first part.
We were supposed to record yesterday, but you guys all know what happened yesterday on October 18th, 2023. The Las Vegas Aces went back-to-back WNBA champions. Let me tell you, my throat hurts because I was screaming. Oh my God, funny story. Go ahead.
It's not funny because I feel like we're about to say the same thing. No. Listen, ESPN, get it together. There's no absolute freak way. You need to be glitching in literally the last couple seconds. Do that in the first half.
First of all, yeah.
Second of all, you know how many times I tried to call Shiggy and Megan to always FaceTime me?
Sorry.
And then they don't answer. So then I'm getting yelled at by my roommate, and I'm yelling back. It's chaotic, okay? We're both loud. Then Shiggy calls me to celebrate. No, I don't want to talk to you to celebrate. I called you to help me out, and you literally sent me to voicemail. So I'm confused.
I was really in the game. So what happened was there was, the glitch was happening. We were all panicking. Right? But then I said, just leave it there because I don't want to know. I'm not going to look at my phone because I don't want the alert to come up saying whatever happened, right? So I threw my phone. This glitching. It went back. Okay, so I'm watching. I'm standing up because, I'm already pacing at this point. Whatever, we win. I start jumping for joy. Rolled my ankle. First of all, I swear to God, my ankle gave out on me. And I was
That's karma. And it's called karma.
This
and
is
me
insane.
And her, we're BFFs, so shout out karma.
I was weak. Oh my God. My throat hurts because I was screaming at the TV. It literally hurts so bad. Okay, back it up a little. Hit that subscribe button. As you can tell, this is the ACES parade. This is our parade that we'll be having here together. We're gonna go over some things. But hit that subscribe button, like, comment. We're up to 63 subscribers, by the way.
Do you pop it up on my hand?
I do pop it up on your hand.
Oh my God, thank you.
I know.
I was gonna say I hope I don't look like an idiot every round trying to figure that out.
No, I do pop it up there so you don't look weird. I do.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Also, follow us on all social media. I'd be tweeting. Did you see my tweets during the game?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, at this point, every time I go onto X or Twitter, whatever it is, it's literally the Brookes Bench, B Shigematsu. And then you know what's worse is you comment on your own post.
You have to engage.
I'm not posting these, you guys. I have no control. Well, I mean, I could if I wanted to, but
yeah,
no control over this. So anytime you see B Shiggy commenting on something, it's literally her commenting.
I'm engaging. You have to engage with the post. That's what I've heard.
No, but the thing is, you're engaging with yourself. Now, if it was our followers, I get it. But it's so funny to see, yeah, great thought.
Okay, wait. I didn't say all that. I don't say all that. But yeah, sometimes you have to put positivity because there's haters out there. So, I throw a little positive comment my way.
Oh, dude, we know it.
Yeah, so I had to throw that out there. Okay, before we get into giving our flowers to all the aces, let's catch us up with some news around the league, all right? There's a new coach in Phoenix, and a lot of people are upset. Very upset. His name's Nate Tibbetts. Nate was the assistant coach for the Orlando Magic. Now, please explain to me, when have the Orlando Magic ever had a winning season?
I was just going to say who and when and where.
It's been a while. But you know what they did? You know what Phoenix did? They went ahead and made Nate Tibbetts the highest paid WNBA coach with no women's basketball coaching experience. And an assistant coach for a losing NBA team. It's a little suspicious there. A little suspicious.
And that new owner is saying he's never selling the team or anything. Well, never say never.
Well, he just invested in that new multi-million-dollar facility for them. That's beautiful. But then you go and hire this man who's probably never won. Sorry, I don't know a lot about you, Nate. I've never heard of you. Sorry. But a lot of people are upset. And you guys all know the interim Nikki Blue. A lot of the players want her to be the coach. So, I don't know how this is going to go.
Has Skylar posted anything about this?
No, she's not coming back to Phoenix, though. Remember?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's not going to post it and say something.
I think she's over it. I don't think she cares anymore. So yeah, let us know how you think about that, because let me tell you, people were upset. It was a very
whirlwind
upsetting week. Yeah. Everyone was mad about something. I wanted to go over first and second all WNBA team, but we're going to wait till Megan's back next week and we'll go over our reactions, because I have some thoughts and opinions about that. So we'll get those
that
out.
One, I'm not going to lie.
Very upset.
It's not that they don't deserve it, but couple caught me off guard. I'm not going to lie.
So
completely different than what we had guessed too.
Yeah, but we did predict some of the unfortunates that were selected, but we'll go over that. We'll save that because we need to get to our aces. But other big news, the WNBA fined Sabrina, Jonquel, and Benijah $2,000 each for not being available for their, press conference after the game. And then they fined New York $25,000. It's
a lot for not having a lot of money.
It is, but it's like kind of giving sore loser. That's what I'm kind of.
No, listen.
You talked your shit. You talked your shit. You gotta own it. Come on now. Yes.
Honestly, Sabrina, I don't understand why she didn't come and do it. I have a lot to say about.
You didn't want to face the music.
No, I have a lot to say about her right now. Jonquel, I get it. Like that, she really tried. Like Jonquel was
carried the team.
Asia. Low key, that was probably the best I've ever seen Jonquel play.
It is.
Period.
Amen.
Like
I agree.
So good. Yeah. And Benijah, was it her best? No, but Benijah was like hustling. Like Benijah was on the floor. I agree. Stuff. So like I get those two, but like Sabrina, you talked all that mess. You better show up for stuff like that.
You got to come out and answer those questions.
We all know. You know what? Now we're just gonna segment straight into it. Listen, I know that I'm a big Sabrina fan, right? Like I'm not saying that I'm not a Sabrina fan, but the way that she's been portrayed and now acting is really striking a chord with me, I guess, in the sense of like, one, you're talking all this mess, which I love. Listen, I am all for talking mess, but back it up. And you have not been backing it up. And second of all, you build a super team, and why is Sabrina the only face of the super team? Like, that's also what's bothering me. And like, I don't think she's saying anything about it. Like, you're just taking advantage of it. And that's bothering me. Like, you're a leader on this team. You have to be able to be like, nah, let's shine some light to some of my teammates who are working just as hard. And so that's it's bothering me. It's really starting to get to me. Listen, and stop celebrating like you just won the best of the best game.
Oh my God. That was
your first three in like the third quarter.
Jesus, criminy.
Holy moly. Like get the hype. I get the hype. Let's say you the scoring change, whatever. I get that excitement. But girl, you were doing it every three.
Yeah. Every three. Every three she made in the finals was a game winner. Chill out.
Now listen, I love Sabrina. I'm still a fan of Sabrina, and I think she's got a long ways to go, but I think your ego might be hitting you a little bit.
I think you're gonna be a dying breed soon.
I hope not, because I do like Sabrina. And I know we're gonna get some people to come after me about this too, but I do like Sabrina. I'm a fan. I'm the biggest fan out of all three of us.
You are. Honestly, I want to shed light on that. I'm glad you brought that up about her being used as this kind of poster child of New York and not saying anything about it. We talked about the graphics choice, right?
Yeah.
In game 3, when they won, they used Sabrina again. She didn't do not a damn thing when Jonquel carried them to that win. Like, what are you guys thinking? Like, there's other people on the team. Like, we get Sabrina's marketable, but what has Sabrina accomplished? Like, out of all the people on the team, Breanna Stewart is one of the best basketball players, but like, they don't use her enough.
No, any other graphics. You know, and I have been thinking about this for like 24 hours now. Breanna Stewart has been so quiet.
I know.
And
it was a bad series.
I appreciate that coming from like the regular season MVP and not giving into all the drama and the smash talking and all these things. But it was like, what happened? I got lots to say. You go.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to say, and I hope we can all fit it in. But back to the thing. Okay, so the pictures, and her transition, her and Kelsey Plum's transitions and stories are very alike. They had a hard time transitioning. Because they were so good in college, they were using them as the poster child of the team that they were on. The only difference is Kelsey Plum spoke up and said, absolutely not. I'm not doing good. Like, stop putting me like on all these graphics of us winning or whatever because I'm not performing. Like you need to highlight my team. Sabrina, where are you at? She's not saying any of that. She's just okay. Like Sabrina, you averaged like what 8 points, 10 points? I don't even know. Like 10 points in the finals, and you're supposed to be like one of the best players. Like it's a lot. It's a lot to say, and I see that it's frustrating, and I can see that. There's just like so many thoughts about it because it's like you have to stick up for your team. Like, did you see the quote about what Kelsey Plum said?
Okay. I'm glad you segments because I was going to bring that up. And people, I've been reading the comments. So if you haven't seen it, Kelsey Plum basically was like, they aren't meshing as a team and that we saw the result of that. And that's all she said. She wasn't like, they suck. She's trying. No. And people were commenting on this of like, that's so disrespectful, like sore winner, like all these things. And I'm like, no, that is true. Stating the obvious, one.
Yeah.
Two, what do you mean? Everybody's talked so much shit about Vegas being a super team when New York literally bought all these players or traded for these players.
Exactly.
Like, yes, we know Aces are a super team, but they built the super team. They didn't go and buy the super. Candace Parker, yeah, of course. If she would have played, maybe we could have been like, all right, we'll calm down. She was hurt more than half the season.
Yeah.
Since before July, she's been hurt. And then we have 2 people down and they win. So I was going to say that like New York, there was something that didn't mesh. And I feel like it really hit because like Jonquel was doing good. Benija was never been the top scorer of the team, but she gave her all. Like Brianna, I probably could have made a bigger impact, but I felt like she was probably trying to stay out of foul trouble too. But then Courtney Vandersloot, we all know I'm not a Courtney Vandersloot fan, but like that
she actually did good.
Shout out to Sabrina for not hitting the shots because if Courtney and Sabrina went screwed.
I know. It is weird. And like part of that quote was like she was like they just don't. I think it was like they don't love each other or something along those lines. And I was like because they haven't been together as long as Aces.
No.
So it's like they don't have that time. They don't have that chemistry. They haven't gone through the mud. The Aces went through the mud. They lost from like 2017 to until they won. Like
they didn't do good when they were in San Antonio, and then when they transitioned, they weren't good.
Yeah.
Until 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. So it's like they went through the mud. They did all this stuff together as a unit. So it's like, obviously their chemistry is stronger than New York. So it's like, but it is weird that like, I kind of have the feeling that like Sabrina was talking all this stuff, but like Brianna wasn't on that page. Like she's kind of just like, let's play the game. Like, let's not do all that because Brianna Stewart, I don't think ever been a trash talker really. Like she's not stirring it up with the media, nothing like that. She's just going to go on the court and play. Like, okay.
She just likes to play.
Yeah, like okay, she gets chippy on the court, but that's how it is. Like, you know? So it's like the Sabrina night on game 3. You're down. First of all, you're still down 2-1. Yeah. Why would you say night? Like you set yourself up for that joke with Sydney Colson. Like you set yourself up for that. Own it in your press conference. I don't know, make a joke out of it or something, but just own it in your press conference. I don't know. It's a lot to process, and it's just kind of like, do they stay together? Because I think they're all signed to 1-year deals, right?
Listen,
or not Jonquel.
I was just going to say the same thing. I was going to say in 3 years, maybe even next year, if they do a lot of work, they're going to be a great team.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to win a championship if they stay together.
Yeah.
If they don't, they won't. And my last comment about New York, Benija Laney, girl, you have been with that team since what, 2019, 2020?
Wow, yeah.
Be a leader. Be an outspoken leader.
She is.
But that's the thing. Like we don't see that.
And they like show it because they only show Sabrina. I swear.
That's my point. Is then Sabrina. I feel like everybody's just listening to Sabrina. Like, no, I want like Benija's been there. Benija's the one that's laid that foundation. Like, yeah, Sabrina's been there since 2020, but I think she's been there longer. Like, she just got hurt. So like, I want to see more of that leadership from her.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if they stay together. But yeah, they just need a couple years and they're going to be right where the Aces were. But the Aces, they're going to talk their stuff now because they went through all that. And you tried to come in and in a couple months, you try to come in and beat them. But you can't. You can't beat them. You can't beat them. And it showed when they lost 2 starters. Let's just talk about it. Let's get into it. Ugh. They lost 2 starters and had to play 2 people off their bench. And you guys all know Vegas starters play about 35 minutes a game. Yeah. Okay? Like, and they might only play 2 people off their bench. Like, let's be for real. Like, I was upset. Like, let's be for real. Like, let's not front. I wasn't like, yeah, we got this. We're the Aces. We can do anything. No, I was like, I'm gonna cry. Like, this stinks. Like, and it's more because I wanted to see a healthy Aces, just period. Like, no one wants to see injuries. Like, no fan wants to see that. Even if that happened in New York, I'd have been like, that sucks. Like, I don't want to see injuries. I want to see a good series. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be like, there was a doubt, like, oh, they only won because of this, So it's just heart. And Vegas showed heart. In the beginning, it was a little rocky. Let me tell you that it was stressing me out. But because they kept it so close, I was like, there's still a chance.
No. Yeah. When I texted Shiggy, you should almost screenshot and send it up there. I literally was like, I'm about to listen to this in Spanish because I cannot fathom and don't want to hear them counting up the turnovers. We shouldn't have won that game.
No.
We had 11 turnovers in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was horrid. It was horrid.
Awful. And we were still not even more than 10 points behind at one point. I think that might have been the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow.
It did help that New York wasn't hitting their shots. But it wasn't odd that New York wasn't hitting their shots because game 1 and game 2, they also didn't show up. Game 3, they lit it up. I mean, it was like, oh, okay, New York. This is the New York I expected to show up,
Yeah.
So game 4 wasn't out of the ordinary. Like, you have a lot of stars on the team. It all comes back down to chemistry, though. I'm really curious to see if Courtney Vandersloot comes back. Like, does she retire?
I was going to say, she's got to be close to retiring, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, if she does retire, I hope she's proud of the finals that she put on. Like, especially that last game. Like, that was a hell of a game for her to go out on.
Yeah.
If she does retire.
Yeah. I mean, she just recently won with Chicago, like 2 years ago? So,
yeah.
It's not like she... Yeah. So, I mean, maybe she comes back for one season. I know her wife, Allie Quigley is her name?
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't retired yet. She's I think she's a free agent, or she still belongs to Chicago. I don't know. But maybe it depends where she goes.
Doesn't she belong to New York? I thought she moved first.
No. She said she was going to sit out when she was with Chicago. So I'm curious to see where she goes. I can't wait for free agency. Like, it's going to be crazy. There's so many big names. There's so many big names of free agency.
Which should be an episode because we should make guesses of like who might move.
Yeah, that'll be dope. Yeah.
But I was almost glad, not that I want the injuries like you said, but I was almost glad I am glad the Aces won off that game because people were always like, oh, past the 5, there's nothing. And like, yeah, I mean, you're kind of right, but like that heart really came in. Like,
yes.
Why is what's her name, Kayla George, shooting so many threes? I don't know, girl. No,
it was stressing me out, but it worked. It was here.
We got to give some flowers to Sid,
bro.
Man.
Sid, certified baller. Let me tell you, the behind the back. I wish it was assist for you. I wish it was assist. But when she pulled that out of her bag, I said, Sid is here to play. I wish she didn't get in early foul trouble because I know she would have been cooking. When she came in, I was like, oh, it is a Sid game. Even when her walk-in, I remember I texted you. I was like, Sid isn't goofing around during her walk-in.
Yep.
The tunnel. Sid's about to drop some points. Sid's about to turn up. So
2 points.
I'm here for it. That was the best 2 points. Her little
But here's the thing that I love about Sid in this, right? Like, we all know she's not the starter, and she's not going to be a starter. But she literally tried to find a way to help her team.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to see. Even like Kayla George tried to find Kayla George's defense. If we could just keep her there, that would be lovely. But listen, we all know Kia Stokes is not on the top of my list, but I am not saying anything more about Kia Stokes.
Don't hate on that woman ever again.
We
love you, Kia.
Not saying another thing about Kia. Kia, I do need you to be a little bit more aggressive, but
you're doing great, sweetie. Yeah, you're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah, that's I'm not commenting on her any further.
But no, for real. And then you know who else stepped up? Alicia Clark. We have to give it to her, bro.
Yeah.
Her defense, especially in that last play, that last sequence, bro, that was beautiful. I was like, that's veteran experience right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, everyone was so unselfish. And again, that brings it back to the heart and grit. Like, that's why they won. And like, you could see that throughout the game. I was just like, dude, they have a great chance. It's just, there's just so many people you have to give your flowers to. And Alicia,
I didn't realize how long Alicia Clark's been in this.
I know, right?
Like, I knew it was a while, but I didn't know it was like, what, 11, 12 years a while?
Yeah, it's been a while, yeah.
Like 2010, 2011, like, I did not know she was that old.
Yeah, she's been around. She won 3 rings.
I found out a lot about Alicia Clark. Like,
right?
Hell of a job.
Yeah, great. I'm here for it. But I've always liked Alicia Clark. I really have always liked Alicia Clark. She's a great person off the bench. Yeah. And I think she said in her the after game press conference, she was saying that, you know, she accepted her role off the bench, and I was just like, that's great. Like, to have someone that has that attitude, that just makes a team right there. So honestly, those 3 definitely, you deserve so many flowers. You stepped up tremendously. Even
like Chelsea Gray on the bench, like she was coaching.
Oh yeah.
Like, way to step up. And like, you know, she said that in the pregame thing of like, they were asking her like how she's gonna help her team, and she's like, my voice voice can help. Like, beautiful leadership. She's gonna be, and you know what, great coach. And you know what, I really wish it was timed better, because I was thinking Bay Area.
I know, dude. But I was thinking that too. It's gonna come full circle though. That coach will probably get fired, and she'll be like, step right in there. Cheryl Swoops. I'm telling you, Cheryl.
She won't get fired.
Cheryl and Chelsea Gray's assistant. I can see it in the future.
That would be a fire.
Oh my god, that'd be great. Okay, let's talk about our starters, our beautiful Las Vegas Aces starters. We talked about Chelsea Gray, great coach. And you know what? Before we talk about the starters, there was a video of her and Kia just having a good time during pregame warmups, and I was like stressing out, like, why are you laughing? What? This is an important game. Like, let's tighten it up a little bit. But it's like they knew, and it's like we don't get to see the bench because they don't play them enough. We don't know. We don't get to see the practice. We don't get to see the behind the scenes. But it's like they had so much confidence in their personnel. It really showed in that moment, and I'm like, that's great. That's beautiful. So let's talk about these starters, okay? A'ja Wilson. Let me tell you, this last game was beautiful. She cooked Jonquel so much. She cooked Jonquel in this game. I don't care what anyone says.
Jonquel's defense on A'ja was probably the best we've seen.
I know, but this last game, A'ja was cooking her. The last fadeaway. I think I posted on my story the last fadeaway jumper that A'ja hit over her, and then they panned Dawn Staley, and Dawn Staley was going crazy. Goosebumps. I literally was like, game's over. I don't care what happens after this. That was beautiful. That's how you. Yeah, I was like, A'ja isn't in her bag. But we all knew A'ja should have been the MVP. It kind of is just like you guys really didn't vote this woman MVP. Like, isn't that like? I'm glad she got this win, and I know this win meant more to them than last year's win. I think. Like, this was a hard fought season, and I'm glad they popped off. I'm glad they popped off at the end. I'm glad they were silent the whole season and then said, nah, we have the receipts. We're popping off. We didn't forget. So I like that part. A'ja's MVP, finals MVP. Jackie Young. I can't say anymore. She's just flourished so much from the last couple seasons we watched her play.
Yeah. I think, honestly, Jackie Young has, like, we knew Chelsea Gray was going to come out swinging this year from, like, being very upset last year of, like, not getting to the All-Star game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we knew Chelsea was coming fast. Mm-hmm. But for Jackie Young to continue to thrive off of what she got last year, and she has added some LBs in that muscle category. Like, you can tell from last year, great, fantastic job.
Yeah.
Like, beautiful.
Yeah. I agree. I'm here for Jackie Young. I'm here for it. And let's move over to what?
A lot of people are like texting me, right? And they're like, oh, are you still going to be an Aces fan when the Bay Area gets going? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, like, I'm always going to be an Aces fan, right? But I was like, I'm more of a fan of this team than I am of the Aces. Mm-hmm. I love this team.
I agree. There's just a vibe. There's a vibe about it that's you have to love. Like, if you hate it, like, you're a little bit of a hater. Like, this is something special. This is something we're not going to see. Like, we haven't seen this in, 20 years? What team has gone back-to-back? I think Chanae was talking about it. She was saying, yeah, the Sparks went back-to-back in, like, 2021. Or not 2021, 2001.
2001, yeah.
But Chanae was talking about it. She was like, let's compare them to Minnesota, okay, when they went on their run. But Minnesota never went back-to-back. So this is something special that we're witnessing. So it's like, there's just this vibe that it's, like, infectious. Like, you want them to succeed, like, every player on that team. And we can't forget my girl Kelsey Plum. Because let me tell you, but going into Game 4, Kelsey Plum was averaging 26 points. She was leading, okay? She was the leading scorer. So let's not forget Kelsey Plum, because she sticks up for a lot of her teammates. She has her teammates back, and I do think sometimes she does get overshadowed in this offense. And she is a silent killer. Were you talking about it? Me and someone were talking about it. If you actually just follow Kelsey Plum the whole game, she literally does not stop moving, and she's always creating space. She's always trying to find a way to score, and that is valuable. And I know she had to take a backseat in this game because, Chelsea Gray's gone. So you have to take a different role. She didn't score as many points. But still, there's these little things that Kelsey Plum brings to this team that I feel like gets overlooked a little bit. Because, you have Asia the MVP. You have Chelsea Gray, the point guard. And now you have this young Jackie Young coming up in the ranks. And we're watching Jackie Young's projections.
Great layups, like, through
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I think she gets lost. And sometimes I feel like she's not always appreciated because there's just so many big names and everyone brings so much. So I just wanted to appreciate her and give her flowers. Kelsey Plum.
She reminds me of Steph Curry. And, like, if you watch Steph doesn't stop moving. Steph is annoyingly never still. Like, if you're a defender, you gotta be exhausted. Like, he's running like a little kid around, and that's
having fun.
That's Kelsey.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because she didn't sit not 1 minute in this game. Conditioning is on point. Like, do you realize how? And she doesn't even look tired out there. First of all, she's always constantly moving. You're right. She's like Steph Curry, always constantly moving, never tired. Played all 40. Come on now. Like, that's some grit.
That's brutal.
Yeah. And I just want to give everyone their flowers. It was a great final series. Like I said, I lost my voice. I almost, I put on my ACES shirt from last year.
Dude, I had my hat on. I had my shirt on. I had it all last night. And then Megan was like, they're on the WNBA.
I know. We had to watch everything.
We had to. Yeah. Which, it should be a whole other episode because that post-game conference,
rude.
Chaos.
Oh, yeah. And that one guy that was
rushing up,
facilitating. That was rude.
Something about her run in college.
I know.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah. There's a lot. Yeah.
The media, the ACES girls, calm down.
They're just they're in the moment. They're in the moment.
And it was just too much.
Come on now. It's just, it's a celebration. But there's so many topics in that we could talk about. And we'll be talking about it all off season. Because now it's the off season, baby. And college is just around the corner. And let me tell you, I'm excited about college basketball.
College is about to be
about to be lit. I don't know how we're gonna cover it. I don't know what we're gonna do. I guess we'll talk about
go and record at a Stanford game.
I'm here for it. I really wish we went to the Stanford South Carolina game. I'm really still salty about that.
I wish we would have gone to a lot.
So many things. I don't know how we're gonna cover it. Probably there's gonna be a lot of nationally televised college games. So we'll probably talk about those. We can't watch all thousands of college games, so don't come at us for that. But we'll talk about the big games, the big matchups, the big plays, and we'll talk about free agency. That's going to be exciting. And I don't know what else, all the other drama that's going to happen, because best believe there's going to be drama. And it's going to be great. So thank you, Las Vegas Aces, for another great season. Three-peat, back-to-back. I'd love to see that. I don't know how it's going to happen, but add Candace Parker for one more year. We actually have room for one more max contract. So the possibilities are endless. And I'm here for it.
So some of the people like quote unquote bench for next year. Like Williams is still technically on the bench. So
yeah, there's a lot of things that are gonna happen. It's gonna be a crazy offseason.
Does she get a ring?
Ooh. Oh. Everyone please answer this in the comments? Does Raquana Williams get a ring, or was she dismissed by the team? Is she technically still on the team?
She's still technically on the roster.
I don't think they're gonna give her a ring.
Could you imagine?
Yeah,
that's
a spicy
I'm intrigued.
All right, well, yeah, that is. But all right, hit that subscribe button. Next week we'll be talking about the all WNBA first team and second team. We are behind, I know, but me and Brooke had to have our rant, and I'm sure we missed some stuff. So let us know what you saw.
Listen,
we want to know your comments.
We called this from the beginning. We deserve the minutes. Y'all hated on us.
We did say that they would go back to back. Okay?
Right.
And you ruined my prediction of A'ja Wilson going back to back MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, WNBA, but that's another.
I will say I did call game 4 too.
You did, but that was kind of selfishly because you wanted to watch them.
Okay, well, we still won. Okay, well, you almost jinxed us, so.
I can't jinx injury. That's just some bad planning. Yeah, one last word before we log out. A'ja Wilson deserves her own shoe, and we should not be advocating for the best WNBA player in the league that she needs her own shoe. This is ridiculous that we have to advocate for this. So Nike, let's hurry up. Okay.
If you can have the shirts made that fast for her
MVP period. I need that shirt. We both need that shirt.
I also want the new hat too. So
yeah, I already ordered the championship shirt. So
oh, did you really?
I just right on there. All right, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, 100 subscriber giveaway. We'll be back next week with more videos. Peace.